Well, summer in New Zealand's coming to an end. I want to make the most of the last few weeks of really gorgeous weather. So I'm out investigating and exploring some of the interesting old things that are around where I live. But my adventure mobile, the off-grid resources off-roader, has just failed a safety check. I'm going to have to get a few things done to get it legally back on the road. One is a crack in the windscreen, the other is a little bit of rust in my tailpipe. So jump in, I'll run you up home and we'll go and have a look at this windscreen. So my buddy is the local panel beater and he uses this stuff for putting those glue-on interior mirrors back onto the inside of new windscreens. And he assures me that it's the same stuff that the windscreen repair guys use for the epoxy windscreen repairs. So I'm just reading on the back here that it does seem that it's going to be quite suitable. And this only cost $4 at the dollar shop. Now these are the things we're going to need for the job. There's the epoxy glass glue itself, a really fresh new sharp craft knife blade, and some tape, and of course the acetone to clean it. So the first thing we're going to do here is hit it with the acetone. Now this is a really old stone chip, and you can see how it's snowy in the bottom. That will make it difficult to fill. Stone chips are a lot easier to fill when they're fresh. Two or three drops is all that's needed to fill the average stone chip, and then with the blade you squeegee it back and forth, pushing the epoxy down right into the bottom. This is a really old chip and it may or may not be 100% successful. Okay, we'll just put one more drop on to top it off, and then we're going to get a small square of tape which we'll put over it, and we're going to use this as a visual reference. The air will come up white, so we squeegee the air out. There we go. And we'll just leave that, and because it's the end of the day and we haven't got direct sunlight, I'm not sure how much UV light there is from my LED torch, but I'm going to put that over it. We'll leave it here for a couple of minutes and just see if there is any UV spectrum that will help to harden this off. So a little bit of a clean up and the job's done. It's not as good as it would have been if I'd got to it sooner, and it was a particularly nasty deep one. Right, now the other one is quite a bit more challenging. The other one is this long crack that runs across the screen for about 9 inches, and then on the left hand side it goes down to the bottom of the screen. So I'm going to start by just trying this end bit here, wiping some in. Now I'm seeing that it's not going in particularly well. It's deep and it's not going down to the bottom of the crack. So I'm going to get a lump of polystyrene. You could use, there we go, lump of polystyrene. You could use a rolled up towel. Just put some pressure on the windscreen and that will open up the crack a wee bit, allow you to get more of this in. And just back and forth, left to right, top to bottom. Rub it in. The longer you do this, the more you'll get in, the better job you'll get. This is 2 or 3 minutes worth. I've sped it up a wee bit. But just wipe that stuff in. Okay, and there you go. It's not perfect. You can see it in some lights. Move the camera around a bit, but it's largely gone. This may sneak me through my next safety check, or it may not. I may end up having to put a new screen in it. Anyway, it's getting muddy. Winter's coming. That's why I thought I'd get the old adventure pig out. Or go places. So here's a bit of a spoiler alert. You've seen this industrial panelling that I use for various projects. Well, I've got here some small pieces, some offcuts. They're a little bit too small for me to do any large projects with. So these bits here, in conjunction with some bits over there, which I'll show you now, I'll be using these old wheels that I've got over here. These wheels are off a Ford Explorer, off-road type wheels. They've only got SUV type tyres on them at the moment, but I'm going to be swapping those out for some decent chunky off-road tyres. And this, which is an old canopy off a ute. Now, the window in this canopy is the same type of window that they use in SUVs. And if I was to go out and buy brand new SUV windows, they would cost me $400, $500, maybe even $600. But I've got here waterproof sliding windows with an insect screen, 2 of them, 1 on each side, plus a solid fixed window on the front of the canopy for $100. So these wheels, in addition to the windows from this old canopy here, are going to be utilised to build an off-road camper. A man's version of the tiny teardrops, with lots of cool features so that me and the off-grid off-roader can go and have some awesome adventures over the winter time. So don't forget, like and subscribe. I want to see you in the next lot of videos, which are coming up next week, the beginning of this build.